There's one thing that you are wanting for yourself.
Yes.
There's one thing that you're dreaming of that before this moment, before this now, you may not have truly believed it could be possible. But right now, connected sisters, I'm aligning with you in the belief that it's just waiting for you. What is it?
Hey guys, thanks for watching. This episode is brought to you by Boost Mobile. Today's guest has been a part of some of the most iconic films, from Spike Lee's School Days to House Party, which was a classic, John Singleton's Baby Boy, and then somewhere along the way, the woman known for reading a scene became known for reading people, building a life coach platform, the AJ Zone, that has quietly shaped some of the biggest names in the industry. Gabrielle Union credits her with saying that she helped her let go of her mean girl energy. And then right here on this very podcast, Tisha Campbell shared how working with AJ really changed her life. And then, after that conversation, I was like, we need AJ on the podcast. So I am thrilled today that AJ Johnson is here in real life.
Yay! I'm so excited. I'm so happy.
Me too. I'm so happy.
Capricorn sister.
Yes.
Right? Crazy.
Did you hear or happen to see our episode or clips of our episode with Tisha Campbell?
Of course.
Oh, you did?
First of all, I watched.
You watched the whole
But then
thing?
she was like, okay, bitch, you got to see it. And so, of course, with our little banter, it's really interesting because we don't talk about our conversations. So when I see her talking about them, I really get a chance to hear and vibe what she was doing and taking from it.
Yeah.
So it's been 10 years since we had that official conversation, right? But, we're sisters. So I've been just kind of watching her. And I know that she listened because first, she threw me out the house. She didn't add that part on the show.
Oh, she didn't tell us
No,
that.
she didn't tell you that part. That's why I'm here today. She threw me out the house for talking so much truth. And, but I think that really proved our love and the depth of it. That, I just believe that love should sustain anything, especially in that regard, relationship between women, sisters.
Wait, I feel like we should play a little clip of this.
And I posted it because I wanted people, because I wanted people to have the context of what was happening. And the part that you didn't get to hear was that I was uncomfortable at that party because I knew so much energy that was going to be there. And I knew that so many people had masks on. And I'm just not good with that.
What does that mean and how do you feel, how do you see it and know it when when people have the mask? Like, what did you feel in that room? You're in a room, it's
we're
Tisha,
in LA,
it's like actors and celebrities.
First of all, we're in Hollywood.
Right.
So let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Everybody's making a living pretending to be something or to do something.
Right.
So let's start there, right?
Yeah.
But then some of the people that I knew there would probably be people there that I didn't know. And so, I just watch, look, and listen, and my spirit picks up on, different issues people may be having, but they're smiling through it. I may get a vibe about a relationship that somebody's bragging about that's not really anything to brag about. Of course, I knew Tisha's relationship was not great, but she was pushing through with the smile. Anything, gay people who are trying not to live that lifestyle.
You can you see people.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. I can feel it. I can hear it. And so I just was like, I really don't want to be at this party. I'm living in a space where I'm trying to really walk in my truth. And now here I have to go and put on a mask to be at this gosh dang party. And, trying to make myself comfortable, I sat down next to somebody I didn't know. And it happened to be Easter. And again, trying to make myself comfortable, I said, so quick question, since we're celebrating Resurrection Day, what in your life should stay dead and what do you feel like should resurrect?
Oh my gosh.
And she looked and she was like, oh shit, AJ's in here being deep. And she jumped up and started screaming and everybody was like, what? And so she said, AJ just asked me. And then people were like, well, I'm next. And it just turned into this group session, if you will. And Tisha heard us hooping and hollering and tears and screaming. And I mean, it turned into a group session. And then Tisha was like, I want to be next. And I was like, oh God, please no. And I was like, not now, we'll do it privately. She was like, no, I want to do it now. And I said, okay. And I said, you're wearing a mask professionally in your family, in your relationship. And it's hard to watch because I know your soul and I know I'm getting teary-eyed talking about it.
Ooh.
I know your truth and you're not living it. And it hurt me to say it. And she was like, bitch, why you crying? So
You were crying in the moment too?
yeah, just like now.
Right.
I felt it just like now. And she was like, why are you crying?
Wow.
And I said, because I love you and I want you to be happy. And you're not.
Well, how could you see that? Like, what is that experience of seeing that in somebody? You could just tell, or, I mean,
Well, you know, as friends and as sisters in just any conversation, I'm sure you go through with your friends, you know what makes them happy, you know what brings them joy, you know what makes them sad, you know what's uncomfortable conversations. I mean, Tisha and I have known each other for 30 years.
Yeah.
So I know the conversations with her family, her kids, her spouse at the time, her friends. I know what makes her uncomfortable. And to watch her have to smile and posture, you know, shoulders back, head up.
Jokes and
yeah, you know, covering it with jokes and pushing through and not wanting to have the conversations. I try to walk in a level of truth where the conversations are real and true because I know that's the only way we grow and we go. And so when people are not that way with me, there's no alignment.
Yeah, I get
And
that.
that's what happened.
Ooh, I get
Our
that.
alignment started misaligning. And so when I finally said that, I'm teary-eyed. And I actually thought in that moment, I said, this is the end of our friendship.
Oh, wow.
This is it. Because no one's telling her this truth. And she looked at me and she was like, you're right.
Oof.
And I was like,
this is in front of everybody at the party.
Yeah. And keep in mind, everybody was doing that. So she, as the host, was no different. Everybody was coming clean, if you will. And she said,
talk
you're
about
right.
Easter like resurrection.
Listen, girl, I was like, he has risen. For real, right? And I think she started her divorce process the next week.
Wow.
Oh yeah, it didn't take long. And I was there, you know, I was there through the process, and we had a couple more times, you know, friends that she felt like were supportive. I was like, no, they not. And she was like, yes, they are. I was like, no, they not. And so that started us in another level of our friendship.
At that point, though, had you already been deep in your like life coach phase and I don't know, just journey? And
oh yeah,
you had already been deep in that and done a lot of work and helped people and can see things and
yeah. I call it answering the calling because it's nothing that I choose. You know, in conversations, it's just, you know, that Spelman College comes out, that science nerd comes out, and I just start asking questions about life and primarily just trying to get to know people. You know, I've grown up here in Hollywood. So for me, it's been really hard coming from like the HBCU environment to Hollywood. And you know, I'm also a member of Delta Sigma Theta sorority, so there's a sisterhood involved in all of this, right?
Yeah.
And I just wasn't finding it here. And so I started having certain conversations, just trying to get to know people. And they were like, woo, okay, hold on. And they were saying, where's my tissue? And I was like, I'm just trying to ask. And then one of my close girlfriends, Spellman's sister, Tracy Blackwell, she's an executive at Amazon. And she said, you know, you're a mirror, right? Like sometimes people don't want to look in the mirror and it's so hard to be your friend because to be your friend, you got to always tell the truth. And I was like, but isn't that what love is? Love is truth. So would you prefer to not live that? She was like, see, here you go again. So I just being me, to be honest, it just started happening. And
it's so funny.
Yeah. You know, people started saying, hey, I need to talk to you. Hey, I need to talk to you. And it just developed itself, really.
Wow. It's funny you say that because I think I have some of that gift that you have in terms of being able to
for sure
see people.
Yeah.
You know, I can see people. And so sometimes that's my conversation is rooted in what I see and then trying to understand if I'm right and then trying to get the person to, you know, so I do that. But in my real life, I also can do that. And so I can see people around me.
Do you walk in it?
Well, I sometimes do, but I think I have, because there's a thing about like overstepping or taking people places they're not ready, or also there's like a burden in it in a weird way. It's like like how you said, people are like, oh, it's too much.
Yeah.
Sometimes people don't want to hear what you see. And also I try to be humble in like, I see that and it's true for what I see, but I may not know all the nuances of why that's happening. And so let me not try to overstep and let me just, but if somebody asks, or if somebody leaves an open lane and it's of curiosity, I will be honest. But I don't think I've put myself in a position. I think my walk is way different than yours, in terms of like, I don't know. Just in my personal life, I don't use it, but I do have the gift that I have it, but I don't all the way use it because it doesn't always feel appropriate for me.
Well,
Does that make sense?
it makes sense. And
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you where mine shifted because I tried that for a long time. I'm not going to use it in my personal life. I'm only going to use it with clients. I'm not going to do speaking engagements. I'm not going to do, I was trying to pick and choose.
Yeah.
And God was like, yeah, no, this is your assignment, part of it. And so I need you to surrender to it. And there's going to be some life shifts. There's going to be some friendship shifts, but people need your truth. And so that he was like, what are you going to do? And even on social media, my social media team for a long time, years ago, was saying, you talk to us about the spiritual downloads, but you don't share it. How come you don't share it? I was like, well, it's not for everybody. And they were like, you'd be surprised how many people want to hear from you, especially, what your spiritual walk is like. And I was like, you know what? I'll do it every now and then. And I mean, whoosh, it like a volcano.
Wow.
So and I'm still growing, I'm still learning where to use it, where not. And I think it's who we are, Ange. It's who we are, and people know that's who we are. And even this space for you, we're not surprised you're in this space doing this. It's who you are. Yeah. So I think that's really what it is. It's a matter of how much do I accept the assignment and the divine alignment to walk in this level of truth.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
No, it can't be. That's why I say that to you. I don't necessarily feel that my path is the same or my assignments.
Yeah.
I feel like we have different assignments,
for sure. Yeah.
Similar maybe type of gift, but it's different assignments. And so, or is that me not wanting to fully own?
Well, you know what? I feel like this connection is divine, even beyond the conversation, because there's not a lot of us to connect. And so, I mean, I don't know who's in your life, but I know for me, one of the reasons I was excited to talk to you is because I don't get a chance to do this. I'm usually on the healing side, as opposed to letting it out and being healed. Yeah. So
I don't know that I'm the healer here. I think I just...
Oh, now you're running from it.
No, I'm not. Because I don't sit in the seat of it as a healer. I sit in the seat to see you and to understand you and to help share your story for wherever it needs to land out there.
So how do you feel when I say even that is healing? To give me a space to share my story.
Yes, that's okay. And if it is, that's great. That's what I hope. That's what my hope is for it. But I don't sit here with the intention to heal. I sit here with the intention to see it and to share truth.
I do the same thing.
Really? Do the same thing.
We'll talk more about this.
I'm excited.
I'm
excited.
A lot of times I'm just saying, hey, sometimes you may need an ear. Sometimes you may need a different perspective.
Okay, so
I'm not aware that it's healing.
So tell me about this. So tell me about what you do exactly, because people even hear the word. Is it life coach? Is that the technical?
Yeah.
Is that what is your title? Like if you had a business card, what would it say?
It would say life shifter. I know that feels a little too, psychic, I think, for people.
A little woo-woo for people.
But I think it's a life shifter, primarily because I'm constantly shifting my life. So I know the steps, I know the pains, I know the mountains, the valleys. So whether it's relationship, whether it's professional, whether it's travel, whether it's career, whatever it is, I try to help people be open to the shifts that the universe is asking of them, that the divine is asking of them. And 9 times out of 10, when we have these walls we come up against, or when we have these speed bumps, roadblocks, it's because we're resistant to the shift. And so I try to live the example and talk about what happens if you release the resistance. Whoa, did you hear that? See?
Right? We talk about that a lot. Brittany's here, she's my producer here.
Yeah.
Well, we talk about that a lot. Like, are things aligned? And you can feel the difference. When you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, and you're in the place you're supposed to be, things feel different.
Do you know how many people don't use the word alignment? No, nobody's living a life to even walk in that word. So even that, when I say, shifting into what's really aligned in your spirit, in your body, in your mind, again, the AJ zone is mind, body, and spirit. So all of those things are connected. A lot of people don't realize they're all connected. So, my body health is connected to my mind health. It's connected to my spirit health. I believe that all of it's foundation in my spirit health, right? I want a candy bar just like anybody else does. But my spirit goes, okay, but are you going to run the 3 miles to get it off tomorrow? Because you want to wear that new bikini and you want to be cute on the beach and you know. And is it worth it? No, it's not. Okay, good. So go, have some carrot juice and keep on moving. And you're going to feel good about yourself tomorrow in the bikini. So it's spirit-led. Most of it is spirit-led, which is where the alignment comes from. And I think a lot of people try to move without the alignments. So their relationship is a mess. Their families are a mess. Their friendships are a mess. Their relationships with coworkers are a mess. And it's because they're trying to move without paying attention, setting the boundaries with alignment and living it.
What is the first, somebody who's out of whack, completely not in alignment on anything, what is the first matter of business to get aligned?
For me, again, I start in spirit. And the first thing I say is, what's your spirit life like? What do you do on a daily basis that is spirit led? And most of the time for someone like that, they'll come back with a religious, I go to church or I do. And I said, no, I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about spirit. Do you believe in affirmations? Do you listen to people who are inspirational and motivational, above and beyond where you are for yourself? What's your spirit life like? And 9 times out of 10, they don't have one. And if they have one, it's not daily. And the first thing I say is the reason why you're out of whack is because there's nothing bigger than you guiding you on a daily basis. Something has to be bigger than you, guiding you so that you know the roadmap to follow. And that way, when things fall off on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, you can say, oh, I understand this because my Monday affirmation told me this was going to happen. Or, my Tuesday inspiration told me this was going to happen. And so now I know how to navigate it.
What is it for you? What is the thing what is your alignment? How do you stay aligned? Like, what is your
Oh my goodness. I go through, I every morning, I don't start the day. One of my affirmations actually starts by saying, before you speak to the world, speak to your soul. And so I don't go on social media. I don't check emails before I tune in with my devotions. My devotions, I got about 3 books I travel with. And the main one, I've used it on TV shows, and it's called His Princess by Sherry Rose Shepherd. And it's really letters from your divine. And so it will say, like, today, this is what your lesson is. And so I've taken it. A girlfriend of mine from school gave it to me when I was going through a bad breakup years ago. I've been using it since 2006 every day. And she's the one who said, see if this guides you. And now I'm helping her. She was like, I got you the book, but I never thought it was going to be like this, right? She was like, I don't even use it like that. But I asked myself 4 questions. One is, what is the virtue that I'm being asked to practice by being given this reading? I believe that our soul should be virtuous. Virtue means to reach for a higher character, a higher standard of living. So more patience, more kindness, more fortitude, more tenacity. And so I always say, okay, what is this reading? What virtue is this reading telling me to practice? That's question number 1. Question number 2 is, what actions required of me to demonstrate me practicing that virtue today? So it's not enough to say, oh, my virtue is patience, I'm going to be more patient. Nope, that's a concept. What's the action? More patience means what? Not flipping a bird to somebody cut me off on the freeway. Helping the old lady out of the grocery store as opposed to running past her so I can get out the door faster. Instead of screaming at the bank teller, hey, can we open another line? Which is typically what I've been doing. I stand patiently and wait. So there's different ways to practice.
Yeah.
And what I learned by the end of that day, question number 3 is, what do I have to release to be better in my life that day? And question number 4 is, what's my action that demonstrates the release? I ask those 4 questions of myself every day.
Every day.
To start my day.
What was today's?
Today was Lead the Lost.
What was it?
Lead the Lost, which I get constantly.
Okay.
That was my devotion. I figured out that for today, because I get the reading all the time, today my virtue was surrender. Because in order to lead the lost, I realized that in the reading it even says, surrender to understanding that you're a leader. And that there's people who are wandering around. It literally says wandering around this dry and thirsty land, waiting for you to fulfill their thirst. spiritually.
Mm.
So as we talked before, so I have to surrender to that. So that was my virtuous surrender. So then it becomes, what's the action I have to demonstrate in order for me to practice the surrender? And so the surrender was, it's okay that I don't know everything. Ooh, I'm getting choked up talking about it again.
Oh.
It's okay that I don't know anything, that I don't know everything. And that opens me up to learn and to explore and to be a spirit of adventure. Because what I'm going to get, I'm going to help somebody else with, right? So that was my action in the virtue. What do I have to release? Whew. In the surrender, I have to release feeling like where I've been is where I'm supposed to go. So this is getting into a whole nother thing because, for example, I'm living in right now, my season is a season of readjustment and a season of refinement. That's the season I'm living in. What that means is,
I love this.
Okay. What that means is, again,
this rings true for me. Go ahead. I like it. I like it.
So in the action of what do I have to release? I have to release thinking that as an actress, there's only certain things I'm supposed to do. You know, there can be different things. Like, for example, I love that I get scripts where I'm the baby mama because everybody knows me of that. But I still want to do action films. I still want to do spy films. I still want to do, you know, horror films. I want to do things where I can use my physicality and my body and in more action. I've never done that. So instead of talking myself out of that, I'm going to release the resistance. That's a thing for us, releasing the resistance. I'm going to release the resistance to thinking I have to do a certain kind of thing. That's what I'm releasing. And then what do I do to demonstrate the release? Confess it. Like I just confessed to you. Talk about it. Share it some kind of way so that I can hear myself and receive that release.
Wow.
Every day.
Wow.
And that's just before 9 o'clock. I ain't even got out of bed yet. No coffee, no energy drink, no gym.
My gosh.
That's before I even start my day.
Could you imagine, like, was this always like when you were young and thinking about what your life would be? Was this even, did you always know that your work would be in this kind of space, or did you?
Absolutely not.
No.
I didn't know my work was going to be in this kind of space 10 years ago.
Oh, wow.
I just, you know, I was traveling. I was, you know, on different sets as an actress. I've always
You just wanted to be an actress. That was your, like, what was your?
I know. I didn't even want to be an actress when I was younger. I wanted to contribute in the gifts that I was given. So I've always been athletic. I've always been a dancer. I've always loved learning about different people. That's been my spirit. Now, how it manifested professionally, I had no idea. And so when I started dancing and acting on stage, I was like, okay, this is cool. And then I thought, well, let me just go to LA and see what happened. And then that took off. You know, and then I started thinking there's a part of me that's sleep that I want to wake up, and that's dealing with more people, not just the Hollywood celebrity on set thing. Like I want to really talk to people. And that even came out of, as I'm traveling, people in the TSA lines would be like, you know, hey, Jay, I read that article and I read where you said, you know, don't eat bacon. And I would say, okay, well, did you stop? No, but I read it. So it's like, why are you eating bacon? Now I'm talking to this girl that works for TSA in Atlanta for 20 minutes. But that's just part of my spirit. You know, I'm a connector. And so I started to think, what can I do to connect with more people? And God sent me the coaching.
Wow.
So again, surrender to what is happening that aligns with who I am, who I want to be, not judging it, not trying to make a plan for it, but just being open to what it could be. What happens if you just decide to be open?
How do you decide who receives this gift? Like, how do you decide who to work with or who to open up to or try to help?
I love you. So I do a startup consultation.
Because, you know,
right,
you could get worn out and it not be useful.
Well, I do a startup consultation professionally, and to see if our vibe is great, to see if the person's receptive to where I'm coming from. Some people are not necessarily open enough to hear it from me, and that's okay. I was actually afraid Tisha wouldn't be open enough to hear it from me. I was shocked when she was like, "You're right," and I was like, "What?" So I like to make sure that my technique and my tone and my energy is right for someone.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes it's not. even personally, when people come to me, my friends come to me for advice or family, a lot of times I'll have to ask permission, and I'll say, so where I'm about to go, tell me if it's too much, or tell me if this is not where you want to go, because this is where I'm being led to go. No, I want to hear everything. Okay, great. And then sometimes they'll get mad. Well, I don't believe. I was like, okay, hold on, because you told me, And here's the other thing. I try to be consistent so that when people come to me, I say, don't forget, you asked me. You know who you're talking to.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be sugar-coated. It's not going to be fluff. It's going to be the honest truth with love, but it's going to be honest. And if you don't want that, then you should probably call somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where we start. And some people I have to go slower with. Some people say, I knew it. I just need to hear from you. So I'm open. I'm open again to seeing how people receive what I have to give them.
Mm-hmm. That's so interesting. Have you ever pissed somebody? I know you said people could get mad, but like, have you ever used that or tried to help somebody and it backfired, or you felt maybe you got it wrong? Or because I always worry about that. That's the thing I worry about, where if I want to offer somebody some advice, I'm like careful, because people's lives are tricky. Like, you can think you know what's going on with your friend. You don't really all the way know what's going on inside the house. And then you offer an advice. This is just in regular, you try to give an advice and it actually doesn't work well. So I'm always careful for me. So I wonder, when it's actually what you've been known to do, do you ever fearful of advice that doesn't work for someone? You know what I mean?
I'm not fearful. I try to stay away from that word. I'm hesitant sometimes.
Uh-huh.
I'm unsure.
Yeah.
Never fearful.
Good. Never? Nothing?
No.
Wow.
Unsure. Unsteady. Hesitant, like I said. Timid. But because, remember how I start my day now.
Yeah.
So I feel like my day is being governed.
You have full confidence in that.
Yeah. So wherever I'm being sent, I know it's part of my unfolding of that day.
I understand.
Which is another reason why I started in spirit, so that I understand what's happening. And with some people, I'll say, I'm not sure if you're really ready for what I'm going to say. So let's just back up. And most people go, no, I want to hear what you're going to say. And then I'll start asking questions. If somebody's in a bad relationship, I don't just jump in and say, I don't think this relationship is good for you. The first thing I say is, one day you told me that you wanted to be honored. Do you feel like this relationship is honoring you? Tears.
Mm-hmm.
I'll ask questions like that.
The mirror. You put up the mirror.
I'll just ask questions. Yeah. I'll say, you told me a few weeks ago that your relationship with your mother was, tumultuous and painful for you. So is it still? It is. Well, then why do you talk to her every day? Why are you volunteering to go in that painful place every day? Why don't you try to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday? Maybe just Sunday morning catch-ups. But you're worthy. And then I'll say, well, wait, do you believe you're worthy of less pain in that relationship? Tears. So,
do you use tears as a sign of
openness?
Because even when you were getting emotional, I know for me, sometimes if I'm getting to some type of truth that maybe I haven't said out loud, or sometimes if I'm discovering something in real time, that will bring a tear to me.
Yeah.
So I use it as a gauge of something real or honest.
Absolutely. And sometimes I'll say to people, so what made you just cry? What was that? Because I don't want to assume, So I'll say to people that just choked you up, or that brought tears. Tell me why. What about that made you cry?
Yeah.
Because that's the open space. So even in that was a real situation. And one of my girlfriends, this wasn't even a client, one of my girlfriends, when I said, what made you cry? She said, I just realized I don't feel worthy. And that makes me sad. And I said, okay, well, let's start there. Because we have to start with you understanding and walking in your worthiness, and then we can fix the relationship with your mother or the painful.
You really are a therapist.
Am I?
Yes.
But this is how I friend. This is how you friend. Which is why a lot of friends are like, oh, it's too much. Take that to your clients. This is just how I friend, and how I care, and how I'm a sister. I make comments on Instagram and everybody's like, here she goes with a whole therapy session in a comment. And I'm like, it's just,
this is therapy. Have you done therapy before? Have you had
myself?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh, so it's like well, a good therapist.
Yes.
They're not all equal. A good therapist should be a mirror.
Well, I guess I want to ask, what's the difference between a life coach or a life shifter and a therapist? Is there a difference?
I don't know. I would ask you the same. I think you would know that answer better than me because you're more in the space. But I would think it's just paperwork. I don't know.
Well, you know what? Honestly,
or schooling, or I don't know what it is.
I think the difference is, and I mean, I don't really study therapists that much, but for me, I know what other people who have a therapist that also work with me, they say, first of all, most therapists are textbook. As they should be, because the license depends on it. For me, I'm more spiritually foundationed. I use a lot of self-life experience. A lot of therapists don't.
Yeah.
I feel like in most cases, my life has been geared to help people. So I've gone through losing my mother young, losing my father, family dynamics that don't work for my life and career, relationships that, don't last more than 2 weeks, all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so using that to try to guide and shift, I feel like is more personal than therapy.
Oof.
Yeah. What made you just ooh?
Because it's just like,
yeah, I know. What made you just do that?
No, that's good. I love that. It's because you see things so clearly and you see people so clearly. But even in what you just said, I realize that doesn't exempt you.
It doesn't.
From a bad relationship or getting things wrong or or experiencing trauma, or it's like
it's the foundation.
You could do all the devotions, you could do all the things, and life can still be hard in many ways.
And I feel like that's the foundation of my professional side, personal too. But, even when I'm starting a new client, the first thing I say is, my technique is to share with you. So, I don't feel like we've gone through anything drastically different, at least emotionally, spiritually. The way those things may manifest in our lives could be different.
Yeah.
But trauma is trauma. And how we navigate the trauma, how long it takes is as unique as we are, right? And just to have an accountability partner, to have a partnership in navigating the trauma, I feel like can help people. And so I say, listen, I went through a relationship worse than that, and a lot of people laugh.
Like recently, no.
Well, what's recent?
Like, I don't know, healed version of you since you're doing all this work and
I feel like honestly,
in alignment, like
I feel like I am in constant healing because I like partnership. I don't find it.
You don't?
No.
Intimidating? I wondered in like relationships how this way of life affects.
It always comes up.
Because the boys don't always or the girls, whatever it is.
No, boys.
The boys or the girls. I don't know. Okay.
I have a very complex, diverse life. And I just can't find the person that really can help me with all that and that partners. So I have more than one partner.
Heard you, sis.
Yeah. And so, once again, I'm open to what my life, one may be a traveler, one may be my hiking partner, one may be going to the movies. Right now, my hiking partner, I want to see a particular movie. It's 3 hours long. I want to see a particular movie a second time. They're like, we just saw it. And I was like, I know, but now I want to go as an actress and pick it apart. I don't want to go. Okay, it's not going to stop me from going.
Yeah.
So now I've got somebody else who wants to see it twice. And I'll just be like, I'll let you know how it goes. I'm going with somebody else. So, that works for my life right now. The other thing is nothing but younger hits on me. And you laugh like you're not surprised.
I'm not surprised.
Nothing but younger. I mean,
baby boys.
Yeah, 40 and under. And I used to resist that a lot. Now I don't.
Oh, good.
And I'm having a blast.
You are?
I am. My energy, my interest, my spirit connects a lot stronger with younger men.
Yeah.
And I'm not
So
going to
be
resist it.
Yeah, so be it.
Yeah. And of course I don't really care what other people think because it's my life. It's my happy. It's my joy.
When you have this type of calling and you're dating somebody, or especially a younger man,
yeah.
Is there a line in terms of that, or are you also a mirror to to them?
Well, I'll tell you, in order for me to date, no matter what the age is, there's got to be a mutual spirituality
Got it.
that we feed each other. So I think that probably in the last 3 to 5 years, most of the men that I've been intimately involved with, there's a spirit that we mirror each other and we challenge each other. And that's really the foundation.
It can't be foreign to him. Like, you can date with somebody who...
Oh, come on now. I mean, you know, if we can't have that first conversation and consistent conversation, then there's not much else. I mean, we can have fun and we can hike. But again, you know, a hike is an hour, it's an hour's worth of time. So what are we talking about? And so, you know, for me, that's the first attraction for me, is what's happening in our spirit, in our spirit connection. That's the first. Now, you know, if you're chocolate 6'5" with some shoulders, then that helps too. But
I like
that for sure helps.
I like that you're specific about, you know, what you like.
Pretty smile, you know, pretty, you know, clean soul in the eyes. Yeah. I just pictured.
You're so funny.
That helps, you know, that helps. But there's got to be a spiritual connection.
You're so
you know?
funny. It's funny because we've heard, you know, we mentioned the Tisha thing, but also Gab.
Yeah.
We had Gab on the show also, who also credits you for helping her kind of see that there was a mean girl in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Was it the same kind of experience where you just saw something and she was open to you being honest with her? And
yeah, you know, Gab and I had been working together for a minute, and we had been talking about no friendships in Hollywood. And of course, I admitted I didn't have many. And at the time, there was a lot less roles in Hollywood. So there was a lot more competition between us. So I was saying to her, you know, it's very hard to make friends when you're competing constantly, you know, whether you're in the room auditioning or not, there's always a competition. And I said, it's hard to make friends that way. And then we just happened to go to an event together, and I saw her, you know, dissing somebody. And I was like, no, wait a minute. And I literally, at the time, I said to her, now, is this the same woman that wants to be friends that's now talking about this girl? That's where it started. And she was like, you know, I wasn't I? And I said, yeah. And I was like, but, you know, what does it profit you? And she just looked at me and was like, and that was a turn in our coaching.
Wow.
You know, for the better. And so once again, it's questions, you know. But I mean, I've worked with Nicole Ari Parker, I've worked with Melinda Williams, I've worked with Emily Blunt, Anne Hathaway. I mean, you know, I've been blessed to connect. I say work with, but to connect with some really, really dynamic, amazing people, not just women, but people. And I'm honored that I've been chosen divinely and that they've chosen to trust me and to at least take a look at themselves from the perspective that I look within myself, and all in an effort to elevate.
Yeah. I'm sure you learn things from them. It's probably reciprocal in some ways, right? Where in those relationships that you form with these women, I'm sure there has to be, because even the women you're mentioning, they're all extraordinary women.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. It's like, you know, I say to people, you know, how do you coach someone who's so dynamic and so amazing and so well known globally for things? But sometimes that can be a block. When you're so known for something and you want to do something else, that can be a block. But for the most part, what I've learned, not so much from them, but I've learned in working with them as we've coached, is if you believe from your soul that the world is open to you, that's where the shift starts. I remember even with Anne Hathaway, you know, she wanted to be married. She wanted to have kids. And, you know, at that time she was, just a budding artist. And I said, but if that's what you want, how do you know that life is not going to fuel you into even a better actress? And so she was like, and so that's the thing. It's like, you know, how do we open ourselves up? How do we open ourselves up to be what we're dreaming of beyond what we've become? There it is again. You hear that one? See, it just kind of comes out. You know, this is not planned. It just kind of comes out, right? But I mean, isn't that great?
That's pretty great.
I mean, if you think about it, like, you know, there's got to be something else you want to do beyond where you are.
Oh, for sure. Every day.
Right. See?
Too much sometimes.
So if I say to you, what happens if you open yourself up to just really believe from your soul that what you're dreaming can really be? What's the one thing you would say it was?
You're asking me the question?
Yeah.
Ask it to me again.
Okay. If there's one thing that you are wanting for yourself.
Yes.
There's one thing that you're dreaming of that before this moment, before this now,
Mm-hmm.
you may not have truly believed it could be possible.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, connected sisters,
Mm-hmm.
I'm aligning with you in the belief that it's just waiting for you. What is it?
That's a weird question for me because I think I'm currently in the process of actually trying to step into that space.
Mm-hmm.
So I have some scripts I've written. I've always wanted to direct something, and I always thought that was such a far fetch for me because it's not really my space. But
You believed it wasn't really your space.
I believe that, yes. But ultimately, like I'm a storyteller. You know what I'm saying? It's like not that
Exactly.
crazy. It's really not that crazy. It's just, it's technical stuff I didn't know and I had to
Yeah.
learn. And there was some work I had to put in, which I have quietly been doing for a few years. And
See, there's that quietly.
well, it's quietly because it's learning, and
Yeah.
and I don't necessarily want to learn out loud. Or it's not that I don't want to. I just didn't feel the need to. I was learning.
That quiet's a Capricorn thing.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't hiding it. It was just something I was working on for me. Like I was taking
Same.
classes and doing shadowing people and doing things just because I had a genuine interest in a thing that I wanted to do. So I don't know if in the past year or two I have gotten the legs to finish like some of the scripts I'd been working on, put them in front of people, make a sizzle like a to show people what it would look like.
Yeah.
And so we're getting close. I'm getting closer, like super close now. And so it's that's probably the thing.
Closer to
Being in a position to be able to do that. Because it's not just me.
Right.
It's not just me.
Right.
I don't think I'm blocking my way. It's just putting the things in place to make other people help me
Right.
to do it. As you,
Yeah.
I'm sure there's plenty of things that you would, it's like sometimes it requires other people to get on board. So I have to do everything that I have to do to be able to make it very clear for those type of people.
is
So
there
it's not that I don't believe it.
right?
I do.
Is there anything in that same question that you don't have to rely on anyone else but yourself to do?
Right now that I'm not doing, you mean? Like,
Only
yeah.
you.
Yeah. Yes. But
And even if you don't share it,
no, I think it's just time
okay.
is my big
It's
challenge.
not belief, it's time.
It's not belief for me. Yeah, it's time. It's like organizing things in my life to be able to prioritize that, which could require me letting go of some things that don't serve me anymore.
See, here we go. This is
You know what I mean? That's the balance of life for everybody,
Yes,
right? Like you have to figure that part out, like opening the gates
right.
to just
the openness.
The openness, yeah, for sure.
There's a project I'm working on, and I'm kind of in the same boat as you. And it's completely new and different for me.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna say it's crime related. Crazy, right? Crazy, not crazy.
No, not crazy.
But I am, if I wasn't in this life, I would probably be a forensic scientist.
This is crazy.
Is that one of your projects?
No, it's
Do
not.
I just get hired?
No, I have a girl. I have a girlfriend that when you said to me it's in the crime space, she came to my head. She's a friend of mine who used to be a forensic scientist, but her name came to me when you said the first line. She had a party one time in her house, and I thought when you said it, I said to her name, I said, "Oh, AJ would have loved that party." This is what's going on in my head. AJ would have loved that party that Sheila threw. She threw a party where listen to this party. She showed us scenes
Of real
crime scenes. So she has 10 to 15 girlfriends in the house. We're eating popcorn.
I love this already.
We're eating popcorn. We're having cocktails. And she shows us a scene. Like one guy was like a hoarder and he passed in his stuff. And at first it's horrible.
Right.
But through her eyes, she said, so we went in and this is what it was. And this man, and this was his cat. He loved his cat. She's like, she just painted such a different story. And it was the most interesting. I was like, you're crazy. But this party was actually kind of amazing.
I kind of dig it.
It was like kind of amazing in a weird way. I couldn't do it all the time because I'm not built for that. Like I like imagery is like important to me. Like I can't put too many images that I don't want to keep in me.
Yeah.
But Yeah, it was wild. So I don't know why I feel like you should know her. I'm going to connect.
Yeah, I would love it. I mean, again,
I don't know why.
in this season of redirection and refinement,
Yeah.
as I said, being open to the new and different. I've gone through some heavy betrayal. I've gone through some heavy disappointments. And because of my devotions and my spirit work, I know it's not punishment. I know it's growing and stretching me. And so now I'm in a space where I'm paying really close attention to what it's aligning for with me. And so I feel like, which you'll know more when it happens. You'll be like, I remember when you said that. But that's kind of where it's coming from. It's like the level of betrayal, and everybody goes through it, which is also helping me in my work. But to a point where I never thought I would experience it, to a point where I feel like I can use it creatively. And so, again, God takes me and elevates me to a new understanding of being betrayed. And sometimes betrayal leads to crime.
Dun, dun, dun.
Right?
So you took your own betrayal and you're making some kind of beauty out of it.
Hell yeah, man. It's like, that's what it's supposed to be. Like, you use your life to create. Art imitates life.
I have cards here.
Uh-oh. Okay.
We had a card that I was trying to find. It was about being a life coach. Oh, where is it? Oh, here we go.
I just got nervous.
Why?
I don't know.
It's not like a test. You can't fail. It's not like a test.
Okay, I still love it.
You're so down for everything. I love that about you. I love that. I love that about you. What were you like as a child, by the way? You were?
Oh, yeah.
Were you
yeah.
Were you like holding court in like kindergarten? Were you like?
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I just remember, I just loved, and that's what I'm saying. I've always been without fear. I don't say fearless. I just have always been more interested in where's this taking me, as opposed to, I think I'm going to hold myself back and not go. So, from insects to animals to jump over the creek to, can you do a cartwheel? Like, I was always willing to try. And sometimes I failed and had to practice till I got it.
Yeah.
But I'm still that way. Still. Can't you see her? The 6-year-old AJ?
I could see her.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay. So this is for our IRL audience who may need a little help.
Okay.
You see where we're going with this?
Okay. Yeah.
So we were looking at some of the things that, some of the hardest points, not just hard, but the most monumental points in people's lives that they may struggle with.
Yeah.
Transition or heartbreak or, new things that are hard to. So we looked at some of the biggest changes in people's lives. Divorce is one of them. You guided people through that.
Yeah.
So then the question I'd ask around that is, how does somebody heal after that? Like, what is the fastest route to healing after that?
I've dealt with a few divorces, and what I'll say for our time's sake right now is, so often people get anchored to the circumstance as opposed to anchoring to who they are and what this union was supposed to help them shine in. And I believe that. I believe your union is supposed to help you shine. And if it's not, then why are you choosing it? That's kind of where I start. What happened in this union that either stopped your shine or, what happened? And a lot of people say, I never shined.
Wow.
I just felt like, this was going to be a good life choice, or I wanted to move, or he was making, there's a lot of different reasons why people get married.
The pressure of being coupled.
Yeah. I'm getting older.
Yeah.
So I thought, this is what's going on in my life right now. So when I hear those kind of answers, it's like, okay, now what we have to do is discover where your shine is, because you didn't know to demand it in the relationship. So now we've got to go back, and I say soul excavation. I use that term a lot. We got to go back soul excavate, go deeper into your soul to find out, why did you choose a life path where you didn't shine? And then let's fix that and see the new people it attracts. And then 9 times out of 10 weeks into it, people go, I know why. I can tell now why that marriage was never going to work. And I'm like, well, see?
Hindsight.
Yeah. So I always take it back into them. It's not really ever about the relationship. It's, who are you in this relationship? Who did you bring to this union? Who did you want to become in this union? And where did you think you were starting to become that person and you didn't even have a launch pad? It's always about the insight.
And then some people are in that relationship for so long, they don't even know who they are outside of that relationship. I have seen that in some friends too.
I have a client that stayed in a relationship, she admitted, for 30 years. And she just said, it was easier to tolerate what I knew. And a lot of people are more comfortable in what they know, even if it's not what they want. Sometimes they're more comfortable staying in what they know than taking the challenge and the leap into the unknown. And then the work becomes, but what if, there's the thing, the what if the unknown holds your blessings? You're preventing your blessing because you're staying in what's comfortable. What's comfortable is not your place. It's not where you're going to thrive. It's not where you're going to shine. So what about if we step into the unknown and see if that's where the blessing is? And it doesn't take long because somebody like that, there's so much unknown that it can be small. It can be go for a walk in the park. It could be, go take a dance class by yourself. It could be go sit at the bar by yourself and start up conversation. It could be small things that help people discover who they are that they blocked for so long.
Oh, that's good. Do a lot of people come to you in that moment, in that time?
Honestly, some people come to me for other reasons and then we uncover it's the real issue.
Got it.
Some people come to me, I want to lose 10 pounds. And I'm going, okay, well, how'd you gain the weight? My marriage. Well, what about your marriage? Well, he and she. And I was like, okay, wait a minute. So before we lose the weight, let's talk about this relationship problem because that's where the weight's coming from. And I'll say sometimes the weight gain is not just from food. It can be bad trauma. It can be bad situations that you're carrying. Woo! Right? Yeah. So, sometimes it's like, we get to the other issue, but they'll come to me for something completely different.
Yeah. And then we
uncover.
Uncover.
Yeah.
Let's talk about a good life change. People actually coming to union.
Yeah.
I guess the question you kind of already answered is like, when does that work? But it's one thing to say, what's on the other side of this might be better for you. But what about somebody who's actually maybe found it? Maybe scared of it, maybe don't know how to be in the type of union. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How do you navigate that?
I kind of feel like I'm that right now.
What do you mean?
I'm in that position where I found someone who checks a lot of the boxes. And so now what I have to learn is how do I navigate so many boxes that get checked? It's not perfect, but I've gotten, I'm so used to settling for 2 boxes checked or 3 boxes checked. Now I got 8 out of 10 boxes checked. Ooh, that's some different shit, right? Like, what do I do now that there's so much that's right? So even that, and so I confessed. I was like, I don't know how to navigate this. And so we're learning together what that looks like. So using my real life experience, I'll say to them, it's a process, first of all. And you have to go back to relationship school. You have to go back to self-school. I call that a lot. There's things you're going to learn about yourself that you don't know yet. And this union may have been brought to your life to be your school because you may not do it for somebody you don't love. But because you're now in love with this person, you want to build a future with this person, there's places you're going to go you may never go with someone else. And so let's see what that looks like.
You just made me have a thought. I had this conversation with a girlfriend the other day, and she was saying she's been with this person for a long time. And as she's feeling to the point she's going to have to either get married or let it go. And loves the person, not sure in love. Some people are in just a relationship that doesn't rock any boat. They're just kind of there. They're just kind of there. There's no fireworks, but there's no problems. And then they just coast there. My advice was you should go to a therapist and you should start your sessions with, I need clarity.
Yeah.
And then have them ask you all the questions so that you know what the answer is. Because there is an answer. I always believe there is an answer.
There is an answer.
There's always an answer.
There's an answer. And something you said, I'm going to say, I think we all deserve fireworks. They're going to be different. Some people 4th of July and just at the parties and stuff, some people like the designs, some people like the ones that are loud, some people like this, but I think we all deserve the ooh feeling of fireworks. But you have to know what brings you the fireworks, right? Before you even get into the relationship with no
because
fireworks.
you might throw somebody away because they don't give you fireworks, but you actually might be the person who has extra flammable clothing on. flame-resistant clothing on. Yeah, you might be the problem.
It's like, you know, investigate self, because a lot of times we find ourselves really settling for a lot, and we don't realize that we really are worthy. We're worthy of what we want. We're worthy of, you know, having a life filled with joy and happiness and peace, but we just are not necessarily willing to do the work on ourselves first.
Yeah.
And then within the relationship, whatever that relationship is, you know, we're not willing to do the work to actually find that joy, peace, and happiness. But I feel like the first step is you got to believe that you're worthy.
You have to.
And so many of us don't.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
It could be, you know, upbringing. It could be relationships that people witness coming up. You know, a lot of people are argumentative and problematic because that's the mother-father relationship that they were raised in. You know, a lot of domestic violence happens that way. When you're raised around or within a domestic violent family, you don't know anything different. And so love becomes that black eye or that grab. I know it, you know,
That's
thank
horrible.
God it sounds foreign to us, but it's true. And so it can come from a lot of different places. And even that, it's like, you know, whatever the agreement has been, I don't care how long it's been in your life. I just believe that if you believe, that word keeps coming up for us, if you believe strongly that you can shift, then the shift is possible. But you got to be willing to do that work, to let go of what's old and create the new agreement to shift. And so that's called work, right? That's self-work. It's looking within self to say, hey, you know what? I believe I can have more. I want more. It's going to take a lot of me releasing the old agreements, letting go of them, and trying to walk and be part of new agreements.
Yeah.
But I believe I'm worthy. I believe I can have it, and I'm not going to stop till I get it. That's what it takes. That's what it takes.
You believe you are, right?
Oh, for sure.
You should believe you're the guy with the 8 boxes. That might be a...
Oh, I believe it. I believe it.
Okay.
I believe it. I'm just learning.
That's pretty good.
Oh, I know, right?
I was impressed when you said there was 8 boxes.
Listen, so am I. So am I.
I don't know. You might have to get rid of the hiking guy.
Well, I'm just, you know, and they're falling off.
You might have to clean.
They're falling off.
You might have to clean house a little bit.
And I gotta tell you, can I tell you something about him?
Yes.
He doesn't ask about the other ones. He doesn't talk about the other ones.
But he knows about the other ones. You're honest.
Yeah. But he doesn't bring it up because he's busy working on the boxes that he wants to check. And I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
Sometimes I want to volunteer and go, so you know the movie guy, I dropped him. And then inside it's like, well, why are you telling him? He's not asking. But I think he kind of knows already. Yeah. He kind of knows that I'm getting more and more into him because he just checks all these boxes.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love that for you.
Yeah, I love it for me too. I'm gonna be 108 by the time it works out. But I mean, you know.
No, stop. Don't say that. Don't say that. Is that something you want?
What's the something?
Like, do you want to be coupled, married? I don't know. I don't know. So that matters to a woman. You know, that matters to some women a lot. And some women are like, I'm okay either way.
I want the partnership. I am attracted to the connection. I don't necessarily need the traditional titles for it.
Got it.
I mean, again, the 8 boxes, you know, he's a great traveler, athletic, spiritual, nutritionally guided. The other boxes, you know, loves and appreciates family, funny, emotional. I mean, there's a lot of things that the boxes, I know.
I don't even know my boxes. I just realized.
we got to do your boxes.
Is that crazy?
Yeah, it is crazy. You got to know your boxes because if you don't know your boxes, how do you get them checked?
Does everybody know their boxes?
You got to know your boxes.
No? Yes? Do you know your boxes, Britt?
Of course, most of it. You got to know your boxes.
Everybody knows their boxes?
Yeah. My sense of humor is a box. I have a kind of a dry sense of humor. So, you know, that's a box. You've got to get my sense of humor. I'm emotional.
This is like,
yeah, you got to be able.
Why don't I have a box?
How do you navigate my emotional thing?
That's good.
It's like, you know, I can pick up a car, but I can also start crying 10 minutes after that. So it's like, you know,
how you okay with that? Yeah.
How do you navigate that? You know, I'm not going to always be, you know, that just always that one lane. Like, okay, we met sitting at a bar. See, that's why I tell somebody go sit at a bar by yourself. We met sitting at a bar and we just kind of started, you know, it was a banter. He said, so, I had on like some workout clothes, and he said, "So, are those biceps hanging out like for somebody, or can I have the seat because they're kind of in the way?" And we started. See, I'm already laughing again, and I started laughing, and we just kind of started talking, and then as we talked, I think I had like 3 vodka tonics, and he was like, "So how many? I thought you were going to the gym. How many do you go to the gym on vodka tonic, or what do you do?" And so he just kind of had a sense of humor that I liked, and so it became a thing of me saying, "So tell me, what has God done to blow your mind today?" And I've asked that question before, and guys are like, I got to think of that.
Oh, boy.
Right. And he was like, "Oh my gosh, how much time do you have?" He's like, "First of all, starting this morning." And he went through this list, and I was like,
You were like, I love you.
I was like, Capricorns, I was like, I think I'm in love. What color's my dress gonna be? What shoe? What's our location? I went straight into that.
Who's coming to the wedding?
Yeah,
Is it
I was like,
destination?
who's gonna be in the wedding party? I was already in that space. So there's questions I asked. That's one of them. Another question is, do you feel like friendship? No, I'll say, who are your top 3 friends? And I asked that to see if any of them are women.
And what would that tell you?
Well, that he believes in friendship with women, and then I can go into, so are you guys dating, or are you just really friends? So he goes more into that, and he said, he said my friendships with women, I haven't dated them, and I said, why not? And he said, well, it started off thinking it was going to be that, but then I saw that there was more purpose in us being friends. And he said, and to me, I feel like as a man, there has to be a spiritual discipline that understands just because she's beautiful and she's smart doesn't mean that, we have to lay down. It could mean that God's sending her to my life for another reason. And I was like, okay. So of course, these were some of the questions.
This is at the bar? You're having these deep...
First date. First date. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was asking me questions like that. And so we hadn't even exchanged numbers. We had just kind of met having that kind of conversation. And then he said, so we should stay in touch, don't you think? And I said, give me your number. I didn't give him mine. I said, give me your number. And, maybe I'll call you. And he said, okay, that's cool.
And you called?
That night. I was like, hey. He was like, oh. He was like, who is this? And then he started playing. I said, AJ. He was like, AJ who? So of course we started laughing.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This is cute.
Right?
This is cute.
Okay. So, I thought it was cute. So yeah. So there's questions that lead you to the boxes, but you got to know your boxes.
Yeah.
To be able to ask the questions.
And you also, I would imagine for you, a box is like, they have to be okay. Cause your line of, that's just not work. It's just how you live your life. It's like, they have to be able to flow with that. Like, right. He couldn't be intimidated by it, or
he's like that.
Oh, he's the same.
See, that's the other thing. That's one of the boxes. He likes to ask the questions. He's just like me. He's specific about what kind of woman is he talking to. And I love that because I'm like, yeah, because what kind of man am I talking to? And so it's not a battle. It's a connection in us learning each other and learning how it works.
This is like your man, AJ.
You think?
Yes. Are you kidding?
Do I have a man?
I think you have a man.
Really?
I think your little rotation has to stop today.
Well, let's see.
This is
let's
cute.
See, let's see. We go on walks and talk about the end of the day. I mean, it's really, really nice. Even that.
I love this for you.
That was a box for me. You gotta want to walk on the beach. When we go to someplace, a new country or a new city, let's throw our bags down. Let's go walk, explore. That's a box for me. I'm a walker. I'm an athlete. Like I want to get around. I want to get out. And I never even said anything. And our second date, we went out to dinner, and he was like, "You want to go? You want to walk?" And I was like, "Who told you?" And he was like, "Told me what?" And I was like, "Do you know I like to walk?" He was like, "No, but I like to walk." He's like, "Let's walk." And he grabbed my hand and we started walking.
Oh my God.
Right?
You love him.
So
you love him.
We'll see.
Oh,
my little walking buddy.
That's so cute. I mean, there's so many life things that it would take us a whole 7 episodes to go through all of these.
But we'll just have to come back and do part 2,
for
right?
sure.
But again, I like this box thing, especially since you haven't done it.
I've never in my life done it.
Well, see, we have to start. That's the thing. Checking the box. What are your boxes, and make sure you get them checked.
I don't think I've had boxes. I think I know. I may two boxes.
Yeah, 2 that you can't. They need to be checked.
That have to be checked.
Yes.
For you?
Yeah, you're asking me 2 boxes
That have to be checked for you to say this could be cool.
he has to have a relationship with God.
How do you find that out?
Conversation.
Right.
And
See, that's what I was
it's not
doing.
just conversation, because people say that.
Right.
I just kind of want to see it.
He asked, could he pray with me?
That's good.
Well, I don't know what I was doing. I was talking to him about something, and I said, you know what, I really have to make some decisions. And he said, you know what, can we pray about it?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, is it bad, God, that I'm kind of turned on right now that he wants to pray? I was like, okay.
What did God say? What did he download you?
God said, pray first. We'll get to that, Missy Hot Pants. We'll get to that. Get the prayer done. Because this is a box that's been checked in a long time. So God was like, see, here we go. Get the prayer box checked. I didn't know that was a box.
You know what's I'm jumping
Oh, go back to you. I didn't
Okay,
interrupt it.
back
Go
to me.
you.
Sorry. What was the other box? Oh, so he has to have a relationship with God, a real one. And I'm good at reading people and sensing, so I would have to know that. He also has to be curious about life and want to, like you say, travel. I love to golf. It would be a plus. A golf box would be like,
that trumps a couple boxes.
It might trump something else.
Right.
If he was like a golfer and I really liked it and we could do that. I met a woman yesterday who also said she golfed, and she said, oh my God, I found it a couple of years ago when I golfed with my husband. She goes, we could be having an argument, and then after he'd be like, do you want to go like play around? And she's like, yes, I do. And they find that thing, and I thought, oh, that's so cute. Like, I think, I would, and that's a nice little box to be able to check. But that's not a who you are box. That's a thing box.
It kind of is, though.
Maybe.
Because
it's a lifestyle box.
There's a mind.
It's a lifestyle box.
Listen, there's a mind that plays golf. Just like there's a mind that plays chess.
Yeah.
Right? There's a mind that plays golf. There's an intellect that plays golf. Golf is a whole lifestyle.
Yeah.
Right?
And I think the big box is, do you know who you are?
That's a big, huge box. You got to break that one down.
It's a huge box.
You got to break it down.
But you have to have at least made an attempt.
What?
To know who you are.
But what does that mean?
That means you know the things where you know your weaknesses, you know where you need to work, you know mistakes you made. Yes, you're self-aware.
That's the box, self-aware.
It's self-aware. So self-aware is a box.
Self-aware. And these
Big
are the
box.
questions you ask to see where he is within that self-awareness.
Yeah.
What's he working on? And I mean, I ask those kind of questions.
You do.
Yeah, like I'll say, like, what did you learn about yourself this week that you don't like?
The wrong person, boy, this could turn the wrong person off in a day.
And it has.
But you get rid of that quick, right? Yeah, get out of here.
Exactly.
That's so good.
And he laughs. He laughs.
That's so good.
Like, and I'll say, you know what? I have something I want to ask you. And he'll start laughing. He'll go, okay, let me get ready. AJ Johnson's going to ask me. Let me get ready. And he just laughs.
I had Savannah James and April McDaniel. You know, they have the podcast.
Yes.
I had them on the show. And we had this conversation about friendships and girlfriends. And this person called in and asked them, if you saw your man cheating, if you saw your friend's man out with another woman, do you tell your friend? And, April was like, oh, of course I would. I'm going up to the table. I'm doing. Savannah was like, I might just, I don't know. I might say hello. I'll tell her, I'll tell her later. And then it brought up a conversation that I've had with different friends. It's like, sometimes you mind your business because you don't know
what's happening.
Also, your friend has chosen that person. Your friend knows them a lot of the times, and they have made that choice to be with that person. So do I now go insert myself and become a third party? And, and so for somebody like you, I wonder, because you see truth in people, if sometimes you hold back or sometimes you don't feel comfortable or safe to, do you understand what I'm asking you? Like having that kind of thing where you see people, I see you.
Yeah. You know what?
But maybe I'm not going to say nothing, or maybe I will.
I make sure, well, no matter who it is, whoever's out with the person, I make sure they see me. I'll go over. I'm kind of like April. I'll go over, say hi, introduce myself to whoever the person is and say, it's good to see you. And then I'm done. And at some point, I'm going to say, so what are we doing with this? Like, is this friendship? Is this, like, what's happening here? Because I don't have to say anything. But don't make me say something. You know what I mean? You handle that. So now I know, whatever it is. It may be nothing.
But you don't go to the friend?
No. Because of what you're saying.
Yeah.
No. Because again, I don't want to start something that may already be in existence.
Interesting.
If I know more details, if she's come to me and she said, I think my dude is cheating, I can't figure it out. He's coming in late, he's this, that, and the other. And then I see that, I still go to him and say, so, your girl has said things to me that makes me think she kind of feels something's not right. So I think you need to talk with her. I still would go to him
Really?
and make it a them thing.
Such
And
a-
I'll say, if you want me there, I can help.
Women get fired up about this conversation. I don't know why. There's such a strong feeling about how, as a friend, you should handle that. So interesting to me. But even aside from the man cheating scenario, just the idea of like giving people advice, like you see something in somebody from afar, even you walk in a room, you're like, man, because I imagine you see.
I see a lot.
Right.
I see a lot.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, I see a lot.
Do you sometimes have to figure out, should I say something? Should I not?
I only say something if I'm asked, and if I feel like it's going to help. If I know it's going to help. I don't say anything if I'm not sure where it could go. Like I said, if somebody's having a hard time in their relationship and, you know, and they're feeling like something's off and they can't put their hand on it, and then I see the off, then I still go to the person first and say, this has to be handled because he or she is feeling it. And they're right. And you know, you need to do something about that before I do. So I usually say, who's going to tell her? Or who's going to tell him? Me or you?
Oof.
So
they hate you.
maybe. But you know, I mean, you know, I'm big on no cheating. Ooh, that's a whole nother episode.
Is that a box? Is that a box?
Oh yeah.
What is that? What is that
listen,
box? Is it
that box is no cheating. Like, tell me. I mean, listen, I'm telling you, I've got other guys I'm seeing. You can tell me, and you know, and I'm telling you when the guys disappear. So there's no reason to cheat. There's no reason to cheat. To me, a cheater is a coward. It's, you know, if you can't tell me that, you know, I'm no longer the one. If you can't tell me that you have interest in other people, we can't. What are we doing? Life to me is too short. Like, I want to be with someone and I want to spend time with someone that wants to have fun in the truth. And if the truth is I'm not it and I'm not the only one, I want to know that. So one, I can choose. Do I want to stay where I am with you, or do I want to go and have some more fun with someone else?
You at least are in truth.
At least we're in truth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's another reason why I don't need the titles. I don't need the girlfriend. I don't need the fiance. I don't need to be married. But if we are living our alignments and our agreements and we're committed to that, then again, if my life is committed to the God that I serve, then my partner's going to reap the benefits of my commitment. My spiritual commitment. If the guy is living a spiritual commitment that he wants to impress and make sure that he's getting God's validation, I'm going to reap the benefits of that. So that's what I need. That's what I want. I don't need it titled.
Yeah. So good.
Yeah?
Yeah, so good.
Yeah, I don't need the title. I don't need it.
It's hard.
I mean, I'm not going to say no to it if
it
it
seems
comes,
so.
but
It seems so easy. I don't know why it's so hard for people. Like it's really easy, actually. Like for the guys out there who don't, like, just say it. Just be honest, right? Just be truthful. Like,
yeah,
it's
but
so
you
much
know,
easier way to it's an easier way to live life.
But I have to tell you also, you know, I've been living this way for a long time. So even for men that approach me, they kind of now know. I don't meet very many strangers. I mean, sometimes if I'm out of the country, maybe, but I try to make sure that they get to know who I am so that they understand from the gate, this is kind of where I live. And so, you know, there's no reason, like, I don't believe in cheating. There's no reason for that. If you and I hit it off, then awesome. You know, maybe it's friends, maybe it's not. You know, I don't jump into sex fast because I want to know who you are and how you are and, you know, and I'm the prize anyway. So, you know, you got to earn that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but a lot of women, you know, there's a lot of different things they're going through. They jump into sexually fast and now they try to backtrack to see who this guy is. And it's like, okay, you already passed that, boo. You know what I mean? So it's, you know, it's a lot of different ways people handle it. I'm not saying I'm not judging it. I'm just saying it's hard to back off of that.
Yeah.
You're now in a sexual relationship.
Yeah.
So it's hard to back off of that to find out what his favorite color is. Right?
We've passed that, boo.
Yeah, we're kind of past that. I don't think he cares, neither do you at this point.
You're so funny. I have to say, we can't go. I'm about to go to IRL questions and we have a voice note for you.
Okay.
But we have to acknowledge the 25th anniversary of baby boy.
Yes.
25 years is
Can you believe
crazy.
that? Even we were shocked. We were shocked. I went to dinner with Ving to celebrate and he was like, are you sure it's 25 years? And I was like, yeah.
You guys are still friends?
Oh, the best. The best.
That dynamic was so classic. Why do you think that resonated with people, your role in that movie, so much?
My role or the he and I?
Both.
Well, I'll say this. The Ving and I, the Melvin and Juanita, I believe at that time, we had not really seen Black love for real. And, John talked to us about, what was our intention in that relationship. And Ving and I both said we wanted to make sure that we displayed a level of Black love that hadn't been seen before. The freaky parts, the emotional parts, what happens when you really, really decide you're feeling somebody. Because of course we knew where the story goes. I've got to at some point say, you have to leave the house, Jody, because you need to, and I need you to. So it's got to be a relationship that pushes me to even say that. So it's got to be heavy and deep for me. So I also think for Ving and I to decide that, there's a chemistry that happens in that kind of love. And I think we already had chemistry, but we also decided what chemistry got shown on camera. The close-ups, the kissing, the eye to eye, the nose to nose. We made those kind of visual decisions that demonstrated the chemistry, and it worked, right? For my character, I knew, and this is interesting even for my acting, I knew with House Party. I also knew with Baby Boy that I was taking on a responsibility for Black women. And that, whether it was the house party girl from high school, from around the way that was popular, that had never necessarily been labeled the popular one, now was her chance. The brown skin girl, who had maybe never been labeled pretty before. I knew that in the writing of the script, I knew that I was taking on the responsibility to give other brown skin girls permission to be that girl. And so I knew that. In Baby Boy, I knew that as a single woman raising a male child, that there was certain permission that women around the world would get from me in this role to say, you don't have to know it all, but as long as you lead with love. You're not going to know everything, but make sure that every decision leads with love. And that's what I tried to do.
And also, you gave yourself permission to take care of yourself. Which a lot of times we always see the mother in the movies everything for her child.
Yeah.
And she sacrifices her love or her relationship
Facts.
for her baby boy.
Facts.
And honestly, you were like, you got to get out I love you, but you got to get out the house because me and my man are running around here naked.
I learned early that there was responsibility in the roles that I choose. I learned early. I mean, House Party was the first one, and it continued to go. So I was blessed to work with Alfre Woodard, Cicely Tyson, John Amos early in my career, the greats. And differently, but the same message they all shared, which was don't go for being just in every film. Make sure that you understand that there's a message God's given you to distribute in your work. And so I still live by that. If there's not a message that I feel like it's mine and mine to give, then it's not my project. So
in that one, we talking about Baby Boy. That's what you felt. You felt that connection
for sure.
to that role.
And to this day, I meet women around the world, London, Australia, Africa, and they'll say, you gave me permission. You gave me permission to walk away, or you gave me, or I'm in that situation right now, and you're teaching me. I'm
what is it? Mama gotta have a life too.
Yeah.
Mama gotta have a life too.
When I said that line, I didn't even understand it as much as I do now.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's real.
It is real.
That was so
and people are telling me now. People are saying, now I understand more why you were in that garden. I was a kid then. Now 25 years later, I'm a grown ass woman, and I get it. I love that.
Why you were in that garden?
Yeah.
Oh,
I love it. I love it.
That's amazing. You must be really proud of, I don't know, just what you leave in terms of films and roles. And
I'm extremely proud.
Iconic.
I am, and it helps me navigate what's next. I'm really proud, and I learn every day. 25 years later, the fact that people are still talking about it, watching it, quoting it, loving it, that's a blessing. When we do films, we don't know that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, for sure.
And the fact that I've been a part of several projects like that is just a blessing.
What is next
in acting?
Yeah, I mean, do you know?
I've got a project I'm waiting to hear on. But I feel like in the projects I've done, they are for sure following that lead of what's the message. I did Fighting to Be Me for BET about a year ago, playing the mom of a trans. And so that was new for me, and accepting the trans world. But I thought that was something that needed to be done. I did 2 Christmas movies, and I was the voice of reason. Surprise. But I love that. I love that my life is starting to show up in my art, which I think is great. That's a compliment. All I'm gonna say in terms of what's next is I'm putting it out there that I want to do more travel. I want to do some foreign films. Like I said, I want to do the action. But even in terms of just being the voice of reason, I don't mind that. I don't mind that. Somebody else can be the nurse. I want to be the girlfriend that speaks up. I want to be the wife that challenges the husband, or that challenges the kids, or I'm looking for
It's like what you do in real life.
kind of, right? Same spirit, different circumstance, right?
For sure.
Yeah. Some place to pour that spirit into it. Yeah.
Hey guys, you ever sign up for a phone plan thinking, wow, what a great price? And then a few months later, it's like, surprise, your bill is higher. We hate that. With Boost Mobile, you pay $25 a month forever. That's unlimited talk, text, and data starting at just $25 a month. There's no price hikes, there's no contract, and this is forever. Plus, Boost Mobile is now a legit nationwide 5G network. They invested billions building 5G towers across the country. So, what you need to do is visit boostmobile.com or head to your local Boost store today and get unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 a month forever. 5G speeds not available in all areas. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Unlimited plan. We have a voice note?
Yeah.
We have a segment. It's called Voice Note segment. Somebody sends you a message or a question.
Okay.
I don't know who it is. I didn't hear this one. So I'm going to share right now.
So you don't even know what it is either?
I don't know either.
Hey AJ, what's up? My name's Eddie. So I just got promoted, and now I'm managing people who used to be my coworkers. And one of the people that I was really close with, we used to be talking shit about other people at work, the other bosses, and now I'm in this position of being their boss. So I don't know. Is it weird? I'm not sure how it's going to affect my relationship with my friend right now. So, yeah, I don't know. What you got?
He's looking for help and guidance. What did he say his name?
Eddie. Yeah, I love that. So, what you got? I'm going to have to start solo with that. What you got?
Oh, Eddie, first of all, get your question out.
Yeah, for sure. But what I did hear and what I did get to give him is, again, walking in truth. You got to tell this friend that your professional position has changed, and it doesn't necessarily have to change the friendship, but the circumstance and how the friendship lives at work has to be different.
Yeah.
Sometimes in that case, people can feel like you're leaving them because you're elevating, and in some cases you are. But in a lot of cases, you have to just basically speak up and say, listen, I have to learn too what our friendship is going to look like in this different professional standpoint. But your friendship's of value to me, and let's see how we can do this together. And how many people talk like that, right?
Yeah.
We got to talk more about I'm including you in this work, and I don't even know what I'm doing. So I need your help in navigating this new elevation.
Yeah. And he may disappoint you.
That's why I said.
And better for you to know now. And so that you can go on about your career and not let him slow you down or weigh you down.
One of my affirmations is I trust what goes, I trust what stays. Some things fade because something brighter is on the way. And so when you operate in that space, it makes it easier to come with truth and say, so who are you? Are you a friend that's going to help me get through this? And we're going to elevate together in the workplace. Maybe maybe our friendship shifts because we can no longer really be friends at work, or maybe it dissolves. But clearly you got promoted, so you're elevated.
But ultimately it's truth, like you said, right? Like, just get to the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why so many people are afraid of the truth and run from the truth, because that's love. The truth is love.
That's so good, AJ. Okay, we got a bowl. This is our IRL bowl.
Okay.
Do we have a sponsor on our bowl? Do I have to say, or I could do it later? Great.
I love this. You know what's so great about this? I do this at parties.
You do?
I do.
I want to go to one of your parties.
I haven't done one in a long time, but I use them and you will.
I want to see one of the
icebreaker.
I want to have one of these experiences.
It may be different than this.
I don't know.
Tell me what this is.
They're just in real life. They're just questions to start a
conversation.
They're just real life questions. Yeah, they're like, how you operate your real life. You see. They're all different. You can pick one till you like one. You don't have to pick.
What are 3 things people should care less about?
Oh, that's a good one for you.
That is a good one. I like this.
Okay.
like as a game. What are 3 things people should care less about?
You're going to be good in the bowl. Well, you might have to do 2 or 3 of these.
Yeah. One thing I think people should care less about is what other people think of them. We're all on different journeys, and most people are expressing their thoughts, one, as a reflection of how they feel about something. I learned this from Don Miguel Ruiz, 4 Agreements. Have you ever read the book?
4 Agreements?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, and he talks about, whether don't take things personal, whether it's a compliment or not a compliment. It's just a reflection of how they feel about something. So it's not really about you. So that's the first thing. Number 2, what you should care less about, boundaries that other people set that they want to place on you that don't necessarily follow your life. Like some people feel like, I date too young. Okay, well then that's, I'm having a blast. So there's that. You laugh whenever I say that. And then the third thing that people should care less about, let's see, 3 things people should care less about. How you
Take your time.
How you present yourself in the world. It may not fit my life, but if it fits your life, I'm going to be happy and celebrate you. It doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to be connected in it, but I feel like, I shouldn't care so much about how you present yourself. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure. That's good.
Look,
did I do good? You get it.
I'm ready. Can I do another one?
Yeah, do a couple.
How happy are you on a scale of 1 to 10?
Yeah.
I always want you to answer that. Now that we sat here.
Okay. Why do you say that?
Because I want to see what I'm giving off.
You want me to answer what I think you're giving?
Yeah. How happy do you think I am on a scale of 1 to 10?
9.
Really?
Yeah.
I was going to say 8.
Okay.
I love that.
I think. Well, today I don't know how you are every day or how you were this morning.
Yeah. No. Because my goal is to understand that even the valleys are not punishment. They're to help stretch me.
Yeah.
And they're to help grow. Whatever I'm going through, that valley has a lesson in it, or lessons plural, to help stretch me, to prepare me for my next elevation.
Yeah.
And so instead of being depressed about the valley, I run to it, grab the lessons, and try to get out.
Yeah.
So for me, when a valley comes, I'm excited because I know what it's about.
Something's coming.
Something's coming. Better than where I'm at.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and honestly, even in the time where I told you I was, I'm dealing with some betrayal and some disappointment, as painful as it's been, and it has been painful, I understand why I'm being taken through it. And so
this is happening now in real time.
Real time.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you. Real time. But you see, you called me a 9. Am I happy?
Yeah, it seems. I don't.
Well, yeah, because I'm not faking it.
Yeah.
I understand. I cry, but not as long as I did in January.
Oh.
Not as hard as I did in February. I talk about it, but I now understand, and I've been able to see how I'm healing and where I'm going through it.
Yeah.
You follow that?
I do.
So my happy doesn't get detoured. It actually expands.
That's funny. We used to ask that all the time on the pod, and we kind of haven't. But that was always like, how we say to people, "Hey, how you doing?" "Oh, I'm good." Okay, but that doesn't really answer a question.
No.
But when you ask somebody, "How happy are you on a scale of 1 to 10?" We used to do that on set. You would ask everybody on the set. Somebody'd say 5, 6, 8, 7. But if sometimes somebody'd say 4, and then everybody'd pay attention. Where we wouldn't do that before. So I just think it's a nice way to really check in.
Yeah.
Asking, how happy are you today? It's really supposed to be not
today,
in general. Today. How happy are you today?
I honestly don't think I drop under a 5.
Ever? Really?
No. I mean, if there's some trauma happening or a death or something, I can drop then. But I just, again, I focus so much of my life on learning that I'm being expanded. I'm being refined. And that's why I say, this period of my life, I know for sure I'm in a season of refinement, and I'm trusting it. So it's not painless. It's not painless.
No.
But I also, it makes it easier because I know what it is.
Yeah.
Do you know?
I do.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, here we go. Ready? I love this game.
You're so good at the bowl. Nothing about this surprises me.
Oh, this is
What-
awesome. I say this all the time. I'm no longer available for chaos. I'm no longer available for confusion. I'm no longer available for pessimism. I'm no longer available for betrayal. I'm no longer available for lies. I'm no longer available for anything that represents a misalignment. I'm only available for peace, for joy, for happiness, and for anything that aligns to my highest good.
You know what I just had a thought about? I have a friend she's always the person. She listens a lot to people. People always call her when they're going through something. And I used to say to her, be careful because people will dump on you.
Yeah.
And make sure that you're not just of use to all of your friends to dump on, because it's very easy when that's your role, right? And then all of a sudden you're like a trash can, right? So you could be the nicest, sweetest person, but like that attracts sometimes people who need to dump shit in your trash can.
I agree.
And I just wonder for you how you navigate that, because
listen,
that can be complicated if all your friends look to you to fix them
I started with letting them know there's a difference between friendship time and coach time. So if say we're out at dinner as friends and they ask me something that's a coach question, I'll say, so I'm closed, but tomorrow at 8 a.m. let's schedule an appointment and let's talk this through. But right now, I'm gonna order another vodka tonic and we're gonna have friendship time. And I mean, after doing that for years, they get to understand. And sometimes they'll go, okay, I don't know if this is a friend question and I say, well, ask me and I'll tell you. And they'll ask me and I'll say, well, it's kind of both.
What's a friend question and what's a work question?
A friend question is something where there's a sharing between us. So a friend question is, okay, so, remember when we were talking about such and such and you were saying that we should do, I'm wondering if I should wear the white dress or that. Okay, that's a friendship question.
Yeah.
A client question is, okay, so when we were talking about the guy and I'm gonna wear the white dress, I'm not sure if this is a coffee date. I'm not sure if this should be, okay, that's a client question. Because that has nothing to do with me as your friend.
Got it.
You see what I mean?
I do.
Now I'm advising you in a potential relationship.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it, but this is supposed to be a friendship dinner.
Yeah.
So I started drawing the line. I started making boundaries early on.
I was going to say, it requires, if you're that type of personality, that it requires to have
real
boundaries, right?
I try to make it funny to say, okay, so that's a client and we're supposed to be in friendship mode. So can we do this tomorrow? And they'll go, you know what? I'm sorry.
What are we doing here?
Yeah. And they'll go, you know what? I'm
in real
sorry.
lives. Oh, here they go. Do you want to do one more in the bowl?
Yes. Can I?
Yeah. You're so cute.
She
likes the bowl.
A prayer or affirmation you say often. Wow.
Oh, I know you got good ones.
I do. I'm trying to figure out which one I'm going to say.
Okay.
A prayer affirmation you say often. Well, one of them is I'm only attracting what aligns with my highest good. That's when I say all the time. Another one is I'm only accepting divine right things, divine right people, and divine right timing. Because divine right is a deep divine, right? The divine right. You could say right people, right places, but divine right, that's God saying yes, no, maybe. So that's one of mine. And one more I'm gonna say I love is I prosper in everything I do. I prosper in everything I am. I prosper in everything I say.
Everything's working out for me.
Everything's working out for my good. Yeah, I prosper in everything I do.
Good one. AJ.
Yeah,
of course they're all good.
And I gotta say this made me surprised.
What?
I love doing things by myself. Well, maybe I'm not gonna be by myself much longer.
No, because you have a boyfriend now.
You're saying that. Do I have a boyfriend? I don't know.
You do.
But that's such a title.
Are you dating anyone else besides him right now? I know you said you have rotation, but really, are you? No, not really. You've kind of cut them off. I did a good job. You're not even you're barely They're hanging on
I've got one or two hanging still
by a thread.
by a thread. They're grabbing on the grass, trying to stay on the mountain, right? Trying to hold on. When you try to fall, you grab anything in the air. But I love to hike by myself. I love to shop by myself. I love to go to the movies by myself. I actually like to travel sometimes by myself. So
You're
I don't mind my own company. I like me.
Good for you.
me.
We should all aspire to that.
Yeah.
Okay, our last little round here, and then my final question, my favorite question in the bowl, will do for you. I didn't realize how strong I was until.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize how strong I was until there's so much that's coming up for me until I made the decision to put some attention and some effort into my healthy living side of my life and my career. Because Hollywood didn't know anything about that. And why would I ever do that? Why would I just keep reading scripts and keep waiting for a role? And, why would I ever? But it's such a part of who I am that the more people started asking me for my help and the more people responded to my soul and my spirit, the more I gained confidence in stepping out and finding ways to share it.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
What is something that you've had to forgive yourself for?
Oh, wow, these are good.
You can put them in your bowl at your parties.
Yeah, for sure. Say it again.
Something that you've had to forgive yourself. You had to forgive yourself for. Yeah.
I've had to forgive myself for not having a lot of friends. I'm a big people person. I have a lot of acquaintances. I know a lot of people, but I understand that my divine assignment, especially working with people in this space, it doesn't come with a lot of time and energy for frivolous. At the end of my day, I'm trying to refuel. I'm trying to refill. I'm trying to heal from what I've poured. And a lot of the cases I get now, I mean, it's not just life and career and relationship. Some of it is, like I told you, is wrongful death. Some of it is kidnapping. Some of it is death of a child, surviving this stuff. So I can't hang up the phone at 7:00 and then be like, meet me for happy hour. And so that cuts down a lot of friendships and a lot of friend time. And that was hard for me. And so as I walk deeper into this place in my life, I've had to forgive myself for wanting those kind of friendships and realizing that it just doesn't come with the territory. And I'm okay with it now.
You are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still see girlfriends out, at dinner. I'm like, oh, they look like they're having fun, while I'm by myself at the bar, but I understand I understand what's required of me.
Your choices.
Yeah, it's a calling, and there's certain things that just don't fit, and I'm okay with that.
Are you proud of yourself?
I am proud of myself. In that space, I'm also proud of myself. I'm getting choked up. I'm proud that I've taken stances that are not necessarily popular. I'm proud that I've walked paths that weren't necessarily what everybody else is doing. I'm proud that I hear God. And even if it's not the most popular thing to do, I still follow the divine. And I'm proud of that.
I'll ask you what you ask your people. What are the tears for?
It's not easy. And so the tears are me realizing it's not easy to do this. But I'm so honored that God's chosen me for the work. And so I know I'm pleasing him, and that's what this is. That I'm not following the popular road that's traveled. I'm following the divine road that's been assigned to me.
Wow. That leads me perfectly into my last question, my favorite question in the bowl. If God were to text you right now What would it say?
If God were to text me right now, let me get my tissue here. I knew you were gonna make me cry. If God were to text
I didn't
me,
make you cry.
you did.
I didn't.
Okay, ask me again. If God were to text me right now,
What would it say?
I love the way you hear me.
Mm.
The pain is not in vain. I'm proud of you. And believe it or not, as great as you've been doing and as amazing as you are, there's so much more. You can't even imagine with your human little self how much I have for you. So don't give up. Keep going.
Woo! That's AJ Johnson in real life.
This is AJ Aquia Johnson in real life.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and check out all of the other episodes we have on Angie Martinez IRL Podcast.